All right, good morning, tribe, and happy Friday. Welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather of Wurterbrücken, broadcasting to you today from my last big experiment in the oil field industry. I found a picture of that and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. So I'll throw that behind me. Yeah, so it's Friday. We made it. Hey, Charles, good morning. Happy Friday to you. Kimberly, hello, hello. Hey, Lenore, good morning. Got your coffee? Ah, Helen's here. Helen's here early with the Helen hug. Helen hug. Wolf, good morning, Wolf. Good morning, Kimberlyn. I like Wolf's idea of coffee. I'm still trying to recover from the lack of coffee at the shelter. So rebuilding my coffee stream. Yep. Kimberlyn likes Helen hugs too. All right. Hey, Charleser. How are you today? I'm glad it's Friday. I'm excited. I'm having lunch today with an old oil field friend, and so it'll be cool. And he's a master craftsman. He's a master woodworker and welder and all this other sort of thing. So basically, if you need, if you have a tree and you'd like, a very fine, antique looking bed, he's the guy to talk to convert the tree into the bed. But yeah, anyway. Hey, Carol, good morning. Kathleen, hello. Hi, Isaac. Sorry. Isaac, not Isaac. Isaac. Yeah, Lenore, I'm pretty much back to normal. I still haven't got the posting, rhythm down again yet. Whenever I am away from the Facebook and Instagram and all that, it's hard to get back into it. Because normally, like I said, I have kind of a schedule and a rhythm that I like to just keep, and then when it gets screwed up, it's hard to get back into that. But it'll be there. Hey, Sable. Good morning. Cinnamon. Good morning. Just finished my Pilates and grabbed my coffee for the day. No work today. Yeah. Awesome. Ooh, Kimberland, you going back to San Antonio? I leave for San Antonio in the morning to visit my son and won't be back until Wednesday. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Man, San Antonio is such a great town. Hey, Roxana. Good morning. Hey, Jennifer. You sound like our leader. Glad you are feeling rested. I'm not sure what that means, but hey, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So, what else is... Yeah, I was supposed to be doing some other stuff this weekend, but it got canceled. So, I'm looking at the yard and thinking this weekend might finally be the weekend to take down the dead stuff from the February snowpocalypse. And I'm dreading doing that because once I take the trees down, I need to find a place to put them, and I'm not sure what that will be because I already got some big piles of wood. So I'm waiting for the cold weather campfire season to start so I can have campfires in the back fire pit, and that will be nice. Oh, cool. Okay, so I sound less better today? Yeah, I got like 2 nights of real sleep. I also think part of it, last night, Younger Weather got home from dance, and she was in a good mood. Usually she gets home from dance and she's in a really grumpy mood, and it kind of affects the whole family. But last night she actually talked to me a little bit, and it was like, she acknowledges my existence, and that makes me feel good. Because it doesn't take much to make me feel good. Just acknowledge me! But anyway, yeah. So, what else we got going on? Oh, yep. So, those of you that saw Jonathan's recap, it made me realize in a lot of ways how predictable I actually am. And he actually got my phrases and stuff down, and it's like, it was hysterical, embarrassing, awakening, so be it. Oh, What's wrong at the new house? My first thought is oh, is it wrong that at a new house my first thought is to garden, not house repair? Yeah, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Hey, yeah, unfortunately it got canceled. So this weekend I was supposed to be a rep for Knife Rights organization, kind of the NRA of shiny pointy objects. But the conference was canceled here in Houston due to COVID fears. So I'm free, which is a bummer because it's always a wonderful thing to be part of. The knife rights were the ones that got the a bunch of the Texas knife laws repealed. And as a forger and a woodsman and a bushcrafter and all that, it's good to have knives on you. And so knife, like in San Antonio, you are not allowed to have a knife a folding knife that's blade locks open and things like that. Knife Rights got rid of that. So I'm a very big fan of Knife Rights. Okay. Helen, talking about coffee, we're trying to find a travel coffee alternative. We were going for the sweet hot liquid ambrosia or a caffeine alternative. If it was the alternative, if we forgot about no-dose pills. There's also the no-dose gum and the caffeine, heavy caffeine gum. I like that on road trips because you're actively doing something. And I find if I'm chewing on something, it also adds to the awakeness. So yeah, look for the no dose or caffeinated gum, and think about that one. Hey Jill, good morning. Yeah, I love that recap. It was so funny. He was perfect with it. I'm gonna hire him on as my replacement. Ooh, we have a 3-day weekend this week, so I'll have some kind of fun. I didn't even realize it was a 3-day weekend. Dang. Yeah, we get Monday off, don't we? Well, I don't, but... Oh, man, I should have pulled out a pork shoulder to smoke. Yeah, Isaac, rent a big wood chipper and mulch all your limbs and trees. I always wanted to do that. And I looked into it, and there's actually one of those Sunbelt rental places right around the corner from us. But the cost of renting one of those chippers, it's basically, I could buy one from Harbor Freight for the same price. Now, if I bought one from Harbor Freight, I'd have to store it and and all this sort of thing. But pretty much every year, I have, at least once or twice, a bunch of branches and stuff that I need to be chipped up. And so in the long run, it would make sense to buy one, but they're still really expensive and, it's money we don't have. Anyway, there used to be, the Harris County had a public dumpster. And when I say dumpster, I mean giant, big dumpsters. You actually drove up on this ramp onto this platform, and then they had the big, like the tractor trailer size dumpsters, and you could just dump whatever in there for free. Because their thought was, well, if we give them a free location to dump their stuff, they're not going to dump it on the side of the road somewhere and cause an environmental hazard or just unsightliness. And, so there was that. But then for whatever reason, it seems like they stopped doing that. The location is no longer accepting stuff. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to look in to see if maybe they moved the free dumpsters somewhere else, and then I just load up the truck and make multiple trips there and dump it there. We'll see. It's time, though, too. Time that I could be spending doing other things. Yep, don't forget to plant farkleberries. Coffee. Yeah, Kimberly, we have to replace our floor now due to a bad contractor. Instead of worrying about that, I'm worried about my garden. I say put in a secret passage. Like a trap door. An escape route. Put a nice rug over it. If you have to remodel the house, put in secret passages and secret compartments and stuff like that. Well, shoveling poop. All right. All right, Lenore, if you have large parts, use them to break down the trees into types of fire supplies. One for big bundles, and medium, small branches, and kindling, and larger ones pile for smaller starter logs, and then bigger ones add to the wood pile. And actually, I do that. I do have, if it's decent firewood, especially the larger stuff, I have that separated and stacked. I got a lot of stacks of wood right now, but because the time for fire is less than the wood that I have to burn. But one day I think I'll just set up, set out in the back there by the fire pit and start feeding it in. Cook some meat, smoke some cheese, things like that. All right. Wolf says, and by the way, Doc, if aliens show up asking to be taken to our leader, we are going to come to you, not Congress. Let's just hope it ends well. Usually when an invading force wants to talk to a leader, it ends badly for that leader. I'm a little frightened now. Hey, Jonah. Good morning, tribe. Took vacation day today and so happy to see everyone live here. I miss you all. Thank God it's Friday. Woo! Yep. We miss you too, Jonah. Hope you have... so you got like a 4-day weekend, don't you? Sweet. Is it a 4-day weekend? Yeah. Hey, Carol. Hi, everyone. Popping in to say hi, and the convo is on antigens. Coffee. It's always about coffee. Yeah, Jennifer, I'll have to find it again. So, I think it was Monday when I wasn't here. Jonathan Osterberger posted a condensed version of the donut shop, and it was funny. If you go back to like Monday, and I'll find it and I'll post it again too. Or did he do it here or did he do it in the cantina? No, I don't remember. I'll have to look. Lenore, yep. At least that's how it works for me in my organized chaos. Most definitely. Hey, Kelly. Good morning. Johnny, hello. Hey, Kiri. Kiri's coming in from Facebook. Hello. Oh, my. Pam, long day today. 3 kids going to school, then dentist at 11. All 3. Oof, you have my sympathy. Oh, boy. Yep. Oh, that sucks. The wood chipper I bought stopped working after only a few years. Yikes. Well, you never know when you need a wood chipper. You have daughters. No. I've said it before. Then I'll say it again. I see myself as not as my daughter's bodyguard, but as her weapon. And that I don't do anything until she draws me from the sheath and, says, kill that person. So I trust her. I am a little peeved that she got home at 3 a.m. last night, but still, she's a good kid. So, but yeah, my job is not to protect her until she asks for the protection. Does that make sense? You kind of following, I don't just go out of my way to scare boys and terrorize people and, jump in front of her without her asking. Growing up, we tried to teach our girls that you are in charge, try and install good, moral code and intelligent thought into them so that they can analyze the situation and decide what the proper response is. And if the proper response is, hey, Dad, go kill him, it's like, okay. But usually they are smart enough not to get to that point in a situation. Trinity ISD has been closed and wanting the kids to all quarantine. I got my kids to school after a year and a half at home. Now I'm stuck with them for another 2 weeks at least. Oofda. Well, this is where you teach them life skills. You put them to work cooking and cleaning and car repair and carpentry and things like that if they're old enough. Hey, good morning, Kim. Kim Stambaugh. Are you new here? I apologize if you're not, but a name like Stambaugh, it's kind of like the sort of names that I grew up in Minnesota, like Spanbauer and Lindenfelser. And so it caught me, and I would have thought I would have remembered it. But if you're new here, welcome to Random Babblings in the Morning with people who care about you. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna remember that one. Oof. Hey, Bernice. All right. Jen, I see goldenrod is starting to bloom. Do I collect the flowers? Yeah, but only take about half the flowers from any plant. So, you got that pyramid of flowers. Ooh, blueness. Just take like the top, like 3 or 4 inches of the flowers and leave the lower ones for the bees. Because the goldenrod is the traditionally or usually the last nectar producing plant of the season before winter. And so that's where the bees go to get their final, bunch of honey for the winter. So don't take all the flowers, just take the top like 3 inches. Hey, Alicia. Good morning. Okay, Wolf. Oh, last year we learned that an O2 expedition can haul one quarter of a cord of firewood. That's not bad. Heck yeah, if you have to do it, because if not, even if it just goes into the crawlway, it's still cool. And you have it a little recessed. You have who wouldn't love to buy a house and discover secret passages in it? But yeah. I mean, do it. Okay, Chad, how do you keep roaches out of the woodpile? Boric acid. Sprinkle the boric acid powder on the wood, and that will, it's deadly to roaches and harmless to people. So do that. Just sprinkle it. You can get the roach away stuff. It's in like a giant tube with a little nozzle, and I spray that all over, or not spray, sprinkle that all over my garage like several times a year to keep roaches and stuff out of there. But yeah, boric acid. And I'm trying to remember. And then when the firewood burns that has the boric acid on it, I'm trying to remember what color it produces, but it produces unusual colors too. Isaac, yes, I want several secret tunnels and rooms. Roll out of bed into an underground bunker. Yes. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm kind of bummed that we don't have like a post and beam house. It's just a big cement slab, because there's no way to put an escape tunnel in it. Ooh, Kelly, we are ordering 2 cords of wood for here in North Texas for the winter. I'd like to order 3, but we can get by with 2. Cool. All right, question. Townsend made meatless 1755 meatballs. Okay, so Townsend is the guy who runs the Townsend & Sons company, which supplies historical reenactors with all sorts of clothing and garb, and he also has a wonderful YouTube channel on cooking. So, okay, Townsend made meatless 1755 meatballs, equal breadcrumbs and butter, added 2 eggs, onions, and herbs and spices, fry in a pan. Why doesn't the butter melt and exit the balls? So it's probably trapped in there, and the butter is going to be absorbed by the breadcrumbs. Because we get equal parts breadcrumbs and butter. Add 2 eggs. It doesn't quite say how much meat is in there, but mainly it's a combination of the melted butter being absorbed by the breadcrumbs. And then it has this segues perfectly into this. So going back to the butter, you have all these particles, and the butter has a very tortured path to get past these particles to get out of the meatball. So some does, but most of it just can't get out. So what we got here, and like I said, for maybe if I stand over on this side. Anyway, so what we have here, let me turn the microphone, is what's called a frac job occurring, where it's hard to see, but down down here, this is sand. This is just fine sand, and it's going up these augers into this equipment and being pumped down these pipes and down the well at very high pressure. Because what it does then, it goes down the well to where the oil is, and it fractures the pressure of the sand and jello. It's basically sand and jello, fractures open the earth there, and then the sand goes in, and then when they release the pressure, the fracture closes a little, closes on that sand. The sand props the fracture open. That's why they call the sand a proppant. But now you have more space, more surface area for the oil and gas to come out of. But it still has to go past all these bits of sand. But cracking it open, and these cracks will go 90 yards out. So it's a pretty big crack. Anyway, so the oil and gas, it still has to go around all the sand to get out. And it's the same sort of thing that the butter does. In the case of the meatballs, the breadcrumbs are kind of working like anti-sand. They're not there just to allow a path out. It's actually to kind of to block the path out, if you will, because it's going to absorb the melted butter and swell up and turn thick. So you'll get a little bit of the juice out, a little bit of the fat from right around the edge of the meatball, but the stuff in the core of the meatball is pretty much stuck there. And that actually sounds like a really good recipe. So, and I will say this whole thing here was for an experimental sand coating, because one of the problems with the sand is it's very dusty, and you get these big dust clouds that can cause silicosis in the workers, and it's just not good for the environment and everything. You notice there's no dust cloud here. No dust cloud. It's a clear, nice, clean, because I came up with this easy to apply coating that mimics oyster shells, that coats the sand and prevents, you have the big sand grains, and then the little smaller parts that are the dust that kind of fly off as the sand is being shoved around. Well, this coating kind of traps the little grains on the big grains, and they all just travel together, and you get no dust. It was a 99.8% reduction in dust with this coating. So it was really cool, and it was pennies per like ton. I think was it 19 cents per ton of sand, something like that. Anyway, yeah, Alan, our county tried doing recycle bins, no adult supervision, ruined that quickly, most likely. I bet we can get by on less than a cord of wood in winter in our little cabin. What sort of wood-burning stove do you have? Lenore, every time my grands come by, they expect campfire. Doesn't matter if it's midsummer, it's an unspoken rule. If you gotta put up with me, I reward you with a campfire and marshmallows. Helen, the aliens would probably think dogs are leaders since we often walk behind them and pick up their droppings. They may think that until they see cats. And then they will, like dogs respond happily to humans. Cats are disdainful at best. I love cats. All right. Hey, Tracy. Good morning. Okay, Kiri. Facebook refuses to play video again. I don't know. Hey, Siri. Good morning. How's the daughter? She's starting school again? Oh, okay. Kimberly, I have one kid in band, another in volleyball. They went to get their physical on Wednesday. They get to the doctor here, and the doors are locked. Note on the door says to knock. The doctor came to the door and was yelling through it. She said, "Don't your kids go to TISD? Do you realize it's closed and everyone exposed there is supposed to be quartering, right?" Then tells my husband that the Lambda variant is what's spreading here. Oh, lovely. And so, yeah, my understanding is the vaccine does very little for the Lambda. All right, Kelly, Westfest this weekend. We had all intentions of going to. We lost several friends to the COVID-19, It's made us very apprehensive, even with everyone outside. There's also been COVID cases at church, so we might stay in at home for a while. Yep, you got to protect yourself. Oh, there he is. There is Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan, can you quickly post that recap you did here again? Because some people missed it, and it was so hysterical. I want people to see it. And I was saying how it really was just dead on. So, yeah, it was hysterical, and it needs to be shared with others. All right, so yeah, if you could find it and post it here in the comments, that'd be awesome. Hey, Kimberlyn, wood chippers are messy. DNA everywhere. I always used a local hog farm. Get quick and clean. And there's lots of hogs around here, so I wouldn't even need a farm. Yeah, I know, but the evil dad thing is a tradition. But traditions need to be analyzed and decided if they're really what's best. And like I said, I decided I wanted my daughters to feel confident in their own worth of themselves and give them defensive capabilities that we won't go into details on. So that, I'm there if they need me, but I've tried to empower them to take care of themselves if necessary. Oh man, Wolf, and our low temperature tonight is 45 degrees. That would be nice. It's a while yet before we'll have anything like that. I used to terrorize those little boys who came sniffing around my daughters. Nope. I taught my daughters to find worthy boys and to, crush the others themselves. Of course, part of it is then, getting the daughters and the son, getting them both, whether it's a daughter or a son, into situations where they meet quality people. I was just running. All right. Yes, move to the middle of nowhere. No quarantining here. Speaking of carpentry, I haven't seen the carplets. Diana was around yesterday. Denver, not as much. I think he's working. Whoop. Is that my phone? Oh. Sorry, just a second. Okay, that's something I'll take care of later. Okay. Yeah, so they're around. I know Den was having some long-term COVID issues that was messing up his gut. I don't know if but we're working on that. Yep. Alicia, I'm waiting until the wave flattens out. You don't need to be in a hospital anytime soon. Most definitely. Hey, Katie. Good morning. And yep, Kimberly, a trapdoor under the rug. Most definitely. All right, Sable would like to ask if you had Pfeffernuss cookies while you were in Minnesota. The name sounds familiar. I want to say yes, but it's been decades. Yeah, I have that word is not new to me. And I guess that's the most accurate statement I can make. So I could not pick out Pfeffernuss cookies from a lineup of cookies, but I have heard of them. I don't know if I have had them. I think I have, but I'm not positive. Hey, Tina. Good morning. Yes. Will horse apples keep roaches away from the woodpile? Yeah, the horse apples, the Osage oranges, they seem to work slightly better on spiders than roaches. But yeah, that's another thing you can put down and around to help keep the roaches and the spiders out of the woodpile. I should have thought of that first. Thank you. And then we got the diatomaceous earth. Okay, is the boric acid hazardous to cooking food? I don't think so. Let me look into that. I think if you're just Is it's just going to form boric oxide. Oh, okay, now I'm curious. Toxicity. Okay, boric acid is low in toxicity if eaten or if contact skin. However, in the form of borax, so the very caustic form, it can be corrosive to the eye. Borax can be irritating to the skin. People who have eaten boric acid have had nausea, vomiting, stomach aches, and diarrhea, but at a very large dose. So, yeah, first choice would probably be the wood apples. Second choice would just, let the cockroaches be cockroaches. And then the boric acid. If you're not going to cook over the fire, but that's a good point. Again, the amount is going to be low. It's not like you're sprinkling it on the food, and it's not very volatile, so not much is going to go up in the smoke. Oops. Okay. Ooh, summer s'mores. Oh, that sounds so good right now. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't read it closely enough. The 1755 meatballs were meatless? Interesting. Oh, man. Someone brought me some roaches from Florida. Couldn't get rid of them no matter what I tried. Then got to single digits. Whoops. Wow, 750 already. Then got to single digits with no electricity last February. Haven't seen a roach since. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so there isn't meat in the meatless. I just glanced over that part. Still sounds good, though. I could see my house like a giant ant colony. Ah, yep. There we go. I could never get my kids out of the secret tunnels. They would start living in the walls like rats. Is that a bad thing? Oh, Mo is tall now. Mo is 10 inches tall. I need to bring him on Monday. And then there's the second shoot. I'm a little worried about him because he's a little flopped over and his color isn't great. So there may be nutritional issues coming about. And I'm not quite sure what to do. I mean, I know what I could add to the soil to improve it. But that's not the point of this experiment. And so it's a toss-up between wanting to take care of Mo and wanting the science to play out as planned. And it's hard. I have compassion for the onion. Ooh, Evie, good morning, tribe. Been a rough week at school. Send good vibes my way, please, and thank you. Have a great day, everyone. All right, vibes headed your way. I can imagine right now things are pretty crazy there. We will get through this. Siri, anyone know if you need a fishing license in Broken Bow, Oklahoma? That's a good question. I'm assuming you would, but is that on the reservation? Yeah, don't know. Right, my 5-year-old will become wild and feral. What's wrong with that? That's a good thing. We need more wild, feral, 5-year-olds. Yes, I want to pour liquid aluminum into my ant mounds. Those sculptures always put me in awe. Yeah, those are really cool when they do that. Yeah, Kelly, Alicia, I've never really been fearful until now. I hate that no one really knows how to prevent it. People with vaccinations are dying. Yeah, if you see over in Israel, Israel has the highest percentage of vaccinated people, and the corona is running rampant through there. It's just like the vaccine did very little. Mm-hmm. All right. I would be wild and feral, but I would have snacks stashed everywhere. Let me do this. And that's why you're our leader, Mensa Man, a.k.a. Dr. Googly Eyes. Googly Eyes. I still haven't put the diffuser up. Hey, Kimberly. All right. I'm not a crazy cat lady yet, but I have the starter kit. Cool. Ooh, okay, let me zoom through here because it's getting late. Yep, Kelly. All right, Alicia, Kelly, Catherine Hunt. Very few with vaccines are. Most are above 60 and have pretty severe underlying issues. Yeah, and that's a big thing. The comorbidity of diabetes, overweight, heart disease, those are usually the biggest indicator of if you're going to have problems or not. My son has a heart condition. My family and friends work in the hospitals, a lot of COVID units, so I have inside information. Plus, we spend a lot of time at Texas Children's. It's really sad right now. Stay safe. Most definitely. And Jennifer, how long can you hide from new variants and emerge in safety? No one knows. No one knows. Okay, here is Jonathan's recap of the every donut shop episode. Good morning, tribe, and in case I miss you this morning, hey, Chirpy, ha ha ha, Farkleberry, and drink. Hurricane Ida landed. So what else you got going on? Ha ha ha, poop and drink. Group take, yay! Now I got a mouthful of pills. See ya tomorrow, tribe. In the nut, there we go, we're done. Yep. Especially the so what else you got going on? I didn't realize how often I say that until you pointed it out, Jonathan. And it's like, oh my God. He's right. He's absolutely right. Yep. Ability to laugh at ourselves maintains good mental health. The laughter really is the best medicine. From the endorphins and other things it releases. It also helps remove the cortisol and the adrenaline that are damaging the heart. It oxygenates the blood. Yes, laughter is very, very good. If you are very nice to the boys, they may well be more afraid. Just saying. That's an interesting thought. Okay. Siri, daughter has been having multiple seizures a day, so she is staying home right now. Son is loving his school. Other daughter is rocking her first year of high school. Cool. That's a challenging time there, the first year. Hey, Henry. Yep, Michelle. A good father, parent teaches their kids to be able to look after themselves. Daddy always said, anyone intimidated by who I am is not worthy. Most definitely. Pam, yeah, the Pfeffernuss. Okay, now it's coming together. Yeah, the anise licorice flavored cookie. Okay. Another one. Are the Pfeffernuss cookies like a licorice flavored shortbread ball cookie? Okay. Yeah, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Oh, man. Now I want one because I love the licorice. Okay. I'm sorry. We need to jump forward here to the group. Whoop. Okay. Prayers, thoughts, and awareness, please. A local EMS service recently lost a paramedic to suicide. He shot himself at the EMS station in front of his supervisor. I can only imagine how depressing the life of an EMS is. I mean, just the short time at the shelters has taught me that. But yeah. Oh, I hear the garage door. Okay, let's get the group take in. Okay. Oh man, so many comments there. All right. Okay. Oh, here. Burdock is a recurring ingredient in Medicine Man pills. Is it just a really nutritious and medicinal pot herb? I'm trusting that a person can't OD on burdock if they take multiple Medicine Man products. Yes. Okay. So burdock is an amazing herb. It's actually the root that has the medicinal properties, and it has a bunch of different medicinal properties that kind of overlap for different treatments of different issues. And no, you can't overdose on burdock. It's a food staple. It's used like carrots in Asia. It kind of looks like a big carrot. Okay. Group take. Yay! Group take. Because we're running out of time. All right. We got the immune pill. You got to keep the immune system up and running. Especially nowadays. We got the brain pill. I need to be smart. Part of the ritual. I hear the door. We got the liver pill with the burdock root in it. Happy liver. We got the uric acid pill, which thankfully I don't need. We got the blood pressure pill, which I don't need a full dose, but I take one because it has some really great antioxidants in it. Do all sorts of other beneficial things. We got the Serenity pill. Yeah. We got the libido pill, which unfortunately it's empty, so I need to get a new one. Hey, speaking of the libido pill. And the stonebreaker pill. Would you like a stonebreaker pill?
I don't have stones.
Neither do I. But, as they say, the spice must flow. Morning hug. Hello. How are you?
There was a accident on the way to school. It was not in our path. But yeah, having teenage drivers sucks.
Was it a teenage driver?
Well, there were at least 2 vehicles involved when I could see when I was coming back. And one of them was wearing a student uniform. I don't know.
Who was driving? You or?
I was driving.
Okay.
But it was just scary.
You know,
We actually heard it. So I was driving to school.
driving to school.
And we had just turned onto the street the school's on when we heard the crash.
Oh, you heard the crash?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I said, okay, so look back. Because I'm like driving forward.
Yeah.
Like, it happened behind us.
Ah.
And it's like, we're going to see it. And she didn't see anything, but I was like, that sounded like a wreck.
Yeah.
And then after dropping her off,
Okay. Yoza. Okay, so yeah, apparently some of the students at the high school were younger weather goes was in an accident. It sounds like if they were all standing outside the car, then they were probably okay. But yeah, okay. Ooh, okay, Captain. Quickie, my old boat was heavily damaged during Ida in New Orleans on the Mississippi River. I'm glad I'm retired. Yeah, I was getting the messages from you. So, lived in second childhood. He was a tugboat captain for decades on the intercontinental waterway, and in the Gulf, running big barges of chemicals from point A to point B. Okay, Kelly. Scott and I were talking about how much of the donut shop got us through the pandemic mentally. Rock on, tribe. That was the whole purpose of it. Okay, at this point, it is time to go. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering where mom and dad are. So I think today is a day to call mom and dad because it's like 3 days now that they haven't been here. Like I said, it might be hunting season and dad is just out. I need to check that, but I'll call him and find out. Anyhow, I will see you Monday. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the long weekend. I will be here Monday, even if it is Memorial Day, because, it's a Monday. Other than that, I got nothing, to quote one of my favorite voices on the ham radio. So, again, I love you. Thank you for spending this time with each other, because when you have a tribe, you feel better. You're better off. And so thank you, tribe. And, okay, end broadcast. Oh, hey, Nicole, hello. End broadcast.